Welcome to episode 3 of Blooming with Gayle, the podcast. Today we have Celena, a mom of four, a former classmate of mine, and friend, Celena Lopes.
Hi guys.
Today, Celena is going to speak to us about her beautiful son, Jakai. Is his last name Lopes?
Yes.
Jakai Lopes. And Jakai has a very rare skin condition called ichthyosis. And Celena is going to tell us more about that. But I also want you to know that Celena works at the lab. Yeah, she worked really hard on that. So she deserves all the clockets, guys.
Thank
all the
you.
clockets. Okay? And Celena's journey has been a hell of a journey. And here she's still here today. And I want you guys to know that Blooming with Gayle is a platform where we share stories, we share hope, we let you know that you're not alone. And I think that Celena is an excellent addition to that, you know? So
I hope so.
She will speak to us about the highs and lows of being a mom, especially being a mom to a unique son like Jakai. So
Affectionately Kai, you can call him Kai.
yes, call him Kai.
Mm-hmm.
So she's going to tell us what this condition is and how it has affected her so far, her and her son in one. So we're going to speak about the experiences, meaning how it was for you when you found out that Kai had this condition.
Okay. I found out as he was born. Because through the whole the pregnancy, everything was normal, everything was good. I didn't know. I didn't even know this condition existed until he was born. I had him via C-section. And as soon as he was taken out, the doctors swooped him away like, no, something is wrong. So then you get panic, you get, what could be wrong? He did come a month early, so it was an emergency C-section because he had stopped moving. But what they told me is because the condition ichthyosis is a skin condition. It's scales, the skin could be tight, and he was a collodion baby. A collodion baby is when the skin is tight and he's in like a cocoon, you can see. And so when he was born, the skin was tight, so that's why he wasn't moving. So they did an emergency C-section, and I had to stay in the recovery room. I had to, so they are already stressing like, what could be wrong with the baby? So I sent my parents and my mom and my brother them to check to see what was wrong, and so they come back and they say he have something with his skin. They not understanding what's going on. I can't come out of the room because I have a C-section. Nobody's coming to tell me what's going on. So you're going through so many things and you're like, what could be wrong with his skin? What?
Exactly. Especially with a new baby.
A new baby. So like, what? So, it was kind of stressful. Not kind of. It was extremely stressful. So I told Casey, my brother, like, go take a picture of him. I want to see him. I didn't get to see him. He was rushed away. He came back. He showed me a picture and he's like, I don't see nothing wrong with him. He just, got like patches of red. He said, he looked like a white baby, just patches of red on him. So, like, okay, so that calmed me down a little bit. I remember watching the pictures, and finally the pediatrician came in and she was like, yeah, we can't say for sure because he needs to have a genetic test done, but they believe he has this ichthyosis condition. The testing will tell me what kind, because ichthyosis there's a term, it has different kinds. It has like 24 different kinds. But they believe is ichthyosis. Okay. That night I didn't see.
I could imagine.
I head dive, like the spiral, and I looked up and I searching, and Google is not your best friend when you want to know some things. Don't go to Google. Medical things, don't go to Google.
I'm well aware.
Don't go to Google. So you just keep going in, and when you type in ichthyosis, the prettiest pictures don't come up. You're seeing babies with the skin all cracked up, their face, or the white. It was a nightmare. So
I'll post some pictures on the screen so you guys can see.
So it was horrible. I called my mother crying. I called everybody crying like, I can't have this. What going, you want to then. I done found doctors in the US who could treat it, who could do this, who could just in one night. I tell you, I didn't see it. It really, it was horrible. Then I found support groups also on Facebook where you get to see more realistic things, because there are babies who are born with the bad pictures that you see, but those are the more severe, the severe kinds. And based on like how I saw Kai when he was first born, he didn't have the most severe. So, but you when you speak, like I joined the group, and the love from the group, once they add you, they put you on like, oh hey Celena, welcome to the group. This so people pour onto it. Hey, if you have any questions, we know how it is. Just reach out to us. Let us know what you need.
So you found a community.
Yes, I
That
found
is awesome.
I found a community, and that happened like the first week. So then I met like the head of the group. She reached out to me. She's like, hey, I know what you're going through. I didn't say anything. She said, but hey, we know what you're going through, because this is you have to, is when you're pregnant, you picture this whole thing. You have this whole plan. You get your baby, you get this.
Yeah.
She was like, we know. You get that feeling like, okay, you don't get the experience that you want. You're thrown into this whole thing that you don't know about. It's like, so just tell me what you need. So I was like, I just need information. I never heard about it. I don't know what to expect. She was like, okay, do you know what he has yet? I'm like, no, they just did the genetic testing, but I don't know it's like 6 weeks. They said I wouldn't know exactly which one it is. Then she said, okay, well, just anything you need, just let us know. So when I did get his the results back, I didn't get that, you want that relief feeling. I didn't get that relief feeling, because there's like 24 different kinds, and he didn't fit into any of those. So it's just, because I was like, okay, when I get it, then I can know which one he has. I can do all my research on that one. I can find out everything for that one. And then it comes back, he has a new mutation. So you're like, oh gosh.
So is that like 25 now? You said you found 24.
Mm-hmm.
So would that be 25?
Well, they won't categorize it unless there's more than one person with it. So they have to find more, because what the condition is just a gene mutation. What I was explained by the geneticist is that you have a child, they'll take all your genes and all my genes, and it's like a typewriter making the child. Mm-hmm. And somewhere in Kai's, it had a type fault. A type fault in English.
A mistake.
Yeah, type
an error.
Yeah. So one gene just had like maybe doubled. It took two of our things together, and it happened to be his skin. And nowhere in the literature for him or for anywhere in the world it has that type fault, that type mistake, that error. So that it came with that. But what the doctors are doing now is, because it's in this specific gene, there's other kinds. There's one other kind that's close to it in the ichthyosis. So they're trying to push it to that one. And then there's in another gene where he has it, it's closer to this one. The one that they're trying to say is closer to is epidermolytic ichthyosis, EI. Mm-hmm.
I'll put the names on the screen, guys, because I've learned it too.
Yes. But as I research and what I look at, he doesn't have the EI one is normally with on the skin. They have scars. Like if you get cut, really big scars, the skin peels off. He doesn't have that. He just peels. He doesn't leave any cuts, any bruises.
That is a blessing.
That is. And then the other one that they say that it could also be close to is ichthyosis with confetti, which is the one with the confetti is the skin tries to heal itself. Mm-hmm. So the healing with the normal skin, the pigment of the skin will give like white spots. So it'll give you the confetti look on the skin, because people with ichthyosis skin tend to be more red because of the inflammation. Because if you don't know, your skin is your biggest organ on your body. Mm-hmm. And your immune system, because his skin is not 100%, his immune system is always ready to fight. So it's trying to safeguard, so it makes it more red. So the skin trying to heal itself in the good parts, but he doesn't have that either. I don't see any white spots on either. So I think he just generally has a new mutation, which is bad for me because I can't do any research on it. I just have to see him and go through the motions and try the best treatments as we go along. Because with the other one, there's hundreds of people who already had it, so they have different treatment options. But with him, everything that I tried from the different ones, it's basically trial and error. And with living in a small community on a small island, they don't know about the condition. So, most people like to go to, I don't like to, you go to the doctor to get answers. I don't have that feeling where, okay, I don't know what's going on, I'm going to go to the doctor. Most of my stuff comes from me learning it and then going to the doctor, hey, I think it's this.
Mm-hmm.
Can we look into this? So it's been a struggle and a strain where you just have to,
But one thing I will always tell people, when it comes to any condition, do your own research. Because sometimes you go to the doctor expecting that they will have all the answers. And respectfully, sometimes they really do not. So, remember what Celena said, Google is not your best friend. But now they have places like TikTok and, where you can find doctors and different people who speak about certain things. So do a little research, get your research together, and go to the hospital with your research and see what you can find. Now, another thing I want to touch on before we continue, guys, is this. The last two episodes, I keep telling you guys that I would bring this along, right? I'll show you what it is just now. Let me handle it with care. And what I want to talk about is where we live. We live on a small island called Ichthyosis. This is the flag. I have to make sure I'm holding the right so they can help me. Hopefully you guys can see. This is the flag, right? This is the flag. Alright. I promised you that I would have it, and here I have it now. So what I want to tell you is the station or St. Eustatius is we're under the Dutch. So sometimes you will hear us say words that are not English. Your ears are not deceiving you. And then we try to correct ourselves because I do know that I have a very much English speaking audience. It's not just my station people. And we want everyone to understand what we're saying. So as we continue, I have to look for my flow of the podcast. Celena already got it, and I like to have it so that we can, continue with the steps. We spoke about that the community definitely did not know what Ichthyosis is. There are people who still don't know what it is. And I saw that you were doing some posts for Ichthyosis Awareness Month. That was the last one. So, in case you guys didn't know, that was last month, and she was bringing awareness to it with some posts about her son. And I felt that was really amazing. Not just for us to learn, but also that, she's helping herself to learn, teaching herself about what the diagnosis is. And that's why I reached out to her and I wanted to have her on the podcast because I find that it is a very interesting thing. I like to learn things. I like to learn new things, and I believe that our stories here on Blooming with Gayle can help somebody else. So, my question now is, how has it been for you? For example, is he in daycare or is he at home with you? No,
he's by a caregiver, Miss Rose. I don't know if you know Rose. She's had him since I had to start back work. Maternity was 3 months when he made 3 months. I didn't put him in any daycare because of the
stigma.
Yes, the stigma and more of I was scared how people would react to seeing him. And also I don't believe at this point or at that time any daycare could have handled his condition. His condition it requires a lot of care, treatment. You have to cream him ever so often. He can't be in the heat. He can't be, and I didn't see that any daycare here would have been able to treat him as he should, because even when I started back work when he was young, I would have to go home on my breaks to try and cream him also to make sure he's getting because he needs to be moisturized. Once he's not moisturized, his skin will get tight, he'll get, you get itchy, he gets very uncomfortable. And just for myself, my brain and my mental thing, I wanted I had to go to make sure, even though Rose is excellent with him, she does everything. I just needed for myself to make sure that, okay, hey,
because we are moms and we feel like nobody can do it like us.
yes.
Yeah, that's
In the morning when I start work at 7, I had to beg for them to give me an hour more to care for him, because in the mornings, every morning he needs a 30-minute bath. He has to soak. His skin needs to get soft enough where it can take the moisturizer, it can exfoliate. And then you have to get yourself ready, you have to get everything ready. So him just dealing with him is an hour in the morning. And now as he's getting older, it's even longer because he wants to play, he wants to do things. And I want to mention while I say it now too, his skin doesn't define him because he's a very happy go baby toddler now. He's really he's
And how old is he now?
He's 20 months. He'll be 2 in October.
So it's been almost 2 years.
It's been almost 2 years of this. I'm getting a lot better with it. Before, when he was born, I was a mess. I didn't know, you have to, like you had said, trial and error. You do this, you do that. I would put cream on him. I remember coming by you to get coconut oil.
Yes.
I tried so many things, and as soon as you put it on, 10 minutes later, it's gone. So I always feel, and I already had OCD. So now I don't know if that's good for him or bad, because Gayle will be sitting down watching TV and I try to put some cream or be put, So he gets really tired of me. He like, so he already has a personality, I can tell you that. I wish I could have brought him, but he'd have been all over the place. I don't know if the OCD helps, because Gayle, like I said, I leave work, I go out, because in my mind I have to train it. And that's why I didn't put him in a daycare, because it'll be too strenuous for me to be going up there every day, all the time. Even now as he's getting bigger and it's not as bad as it was, I think it's more of the stigma. I want people to know about it first, because I know how people can be. I know how children especially can be.
Yes.
I want to in my mind, I want him to already be strong to take whatever is thrown at him before I throw him out there. I don't know. To me, it feels like I throw him out to the wall. So I want to prepare him so he could be mentally strong and think and sound before I have to. And technically, I don't have to until he's 4. I believe it is when it's compulsory for him to go to school. So I'm trying to lean more towards him when he has to start elementary.
There's this movie that it actually make me feel like going back to watch. And for some reason, I can't remember the name of the movie, but I can remember the plot. Is this couple, they have this son, and he has, I want to call it like a disfiguration in his face.
I think I'm really.
And he used to wear a helmet. I feel like I need to go and really watch that movie, to see like how they dealt with that. Because as a mom, when you have a normal child, you don't think about those things. You just think, oh, you go to school, you do this, you do that. But when you have a special needs child or a child with a diagnosis like Ichthyosis or anything that is out of the norm, as a mom and as a human being, you automatically feel,
you have to protect.
Yes, what are you going to say? But sometimes I will say this. I say that to say this. I have seen a lot of extraordinary situations, but I have been to school with kids that not until you get older you realize that they're different. And it still didn't make you go, I don't want to be his friend anymore because he's different. Children don't notice certain things because they're children. It's when adults start putting things in the children's head, our reactions as moms and dads, that says a lot. That's how some of the children learn. So, and indeed, I understand how you would feel, because I would feel the same way too. I would feel like, boy, I'll probably be looking to homeschool it, because you would probably be like, oh my God, you really don't want. Because, bro, at the end of the day, none of us want our kids to be put in that. None of us want that. So, I also want to use what I just said to encourage, in the sense, like, I believe that Kai will find friends that will love him for who he is, and don't worry, he'll find a little sassy girlfriend, a little girl with some pep. Not necessarily girlfriend. I don't mean like a girlfriend. I mean like a girl who's his friend. Who will tell you, just like Celena. Hey, look the cream hair, look the this hair. You know what I mean? And I just feel like
there's someone for everyone.
exactly.
You know?
And if all of us could find friends, he's gonna find friends.
And with
he's going to be fine.
I can attest to that because with his personality, he draws people to him already. Just we traveled to all, like traveled a lot of places with him because of his condition, trying to find different treatments and stuff. And honestly, he has a loving key. You want to, you know, people approach me all the time. Oh, he's so handsome. But what's wrong with the skin? You know, you do get the stares like, you get those people sometimes you want to, you know, you take a picture, you know, I was on KLM and this lady just staring and you're trying to call your composure like, ma'am, just take a picture, it don't last longer, you know, but you want to, you know, like, yeah, and he's laughing and he's smiling with the lady and she like, but there's some that will come, oh, hey, how is he? What's wrong with his skin? Is he okay? Most people think it's eczema or they think. One person answer was he burnt or did something happen, you know. But you can feel the genuine ones and you can feel the ones that just want to know and want to be, you know. But honestly, Kai, and I hope and pray that he keeps that personality that he has because he really draws people to him. He's fun loving, he's funny, he always laughing, always smiling. So I do think, like you say, there's someone for everyone that he will. I'm hoping, like you say, he gets a girl who would, because you know boys aren't the best.
Yeah.
Going to skip.
They will play ball all day. They'll sit down and play game all day and then forget. And then he'll be like, oh.
Yeah. So I do hope he finds someone that, because even now he would, you know, he's only making two, so he would go in the cream, but to me it's not to do what he's supposed. He just wants to mess up in the cream. But I do hope he finds, and honestly, he got enough brothers and sisters now too.
Speaking Indian to exist, exactly. He will find his little community.
And he has his sister is really good with him, his oldest one, Kira. She's really good with him too. So if anything ever happens to me and thing, I'm sure they have him covered. You know, they are trying to build them up with a close knit brothers and sisters. Yeah, they could. I honestly believe he'll be okay. It's more of the, you know, like you said, the stigma that I'm kind of growing out of now, but I still want to instill in him a strong mind and a more, you know, like I don't want him to be rude or to be like if someone tell him anything. I want him to be more, you know, humorous, calm, like, yeah, he just can't, you know, like whatever they tell him.
Respectful, I just want him to be a respectful young. I want that, you know, I think all of us want that for me. I want it for myself too.
Yeah, I just want him to be, you know, he already has thick skin because the condition it grows thick, so I want him to physically, you know, not the word on his, he has to have thick skin. So when anybody tells him anything, I don't want him to become, you know, isolated, closed up. You know,
you don't want him to feel good. You want him to feel like you cannot tell me anything that I haven't heard. So you can't tell me about myself that I don't know. I know it.
I want him to be that. That's what I just want. Because everybody who I'm close with, like, yeah, send a child to school, send him. You need to socialize. Yeah, that's easy to say, but at the same time, you want him to be prepared too. That's the only thing.
But my thing is, this is my thing when I come into now. I like to be the devil's advocate sometimes, you know? Do you think that it's more your fear or Kai's fear?
I know it's more mine. It's more mine. Because like you say, he's a child too, so he doesn't know. And to me, he doesn't know that he's different yet. You know? So I'm trying to protect that so he can build his personality before I throw him out there.
And what about this? Because I find that this is just my opinion. What about when you do decide to choose a school, you ask them to have a meeting with the teachers. You know, you sit down with them and then you explain to them that, hey, this is what's going on with my son. This is the attention and the care he needs. And I find that if you know you're not capable of it, let me know so that I can make other options or other alternatives. So
one of the support group that I'm in is actually the foundation. It's about the Ichthyosis. It's the only is the main foundation. Is first foundation. They give you guidelines. So when your child does go to school, it gives you different guidelines for different scenarios that come about and how you can explain and what you can do and what the child will need. The only thing is, because we live on a small island and a different community, those are for more, bigger schools, bigger places. But I will just have to, make it fit and change for here. But I do plan to do that.
What if, because we live in under the Dutch, and the Dutch, one of the good things about the Dutch is they like to take care of it. I know I hesitated to say that. I know. But they do a good job. They do a good job. Okay, they take care of it.
This thing.
So my question is, if they offer you the opportunity and they tell you, hey Celena, we found a solution or something for you, but you would have to move to Holland.
I move because of there's not the climate is harder on his skin. Every time I go to Holland with him, his skin gets worse. The air is more drier, it's cold, it makes him a lot more tight. Down here in the Caribbean is the humidity is better for his skin because of the condition. They don't really sweat based on the research that I read, but because he has a new mutation, I noticed that he does sweat a little bit. So the heat and stuff helps him with his skin a lot better. So
because then you don't have to moisturize
as much. No. But in Holland, I was OCD crazy up there. Every minute, I went to Holland a month ago, and Rose went with us, and on the plane, Gayle every minute, because in the plane it already has a dry air. So every minute Rose was sitting on the cream, and I go, yeah, but he dry. And in Holland, the same thing, we walking in the stack, and I just doing his face, and she like, Celena, let a child. I said, yeah, but he need to be, I want him to be comfortable. So if push comes to shove in Holland is better for him, because I do believe that I keep saying myself, I don't know about Holland because of the thing, but if I have to go back to the US because I was born and grew sometimes there, I would go to the US because I also feel that, a bigger place, he has better opportunities.
Yes.
Here, we're close knit, we're small, sometimes small minded also. So I believe if I do have the opportunity and if I do see that the States or somewhere else is better for him, then by all means I will go. Because I do want the best. I want him to have all the opportunities that he can have. And I will make that sacrifice because I've already thought about it. I've already spiraled even from before because here, like I said, here everyone knows everyone. I was pretty much closed in with him because I don't want nobody to, mistreat him, ill-treat him. And in the States, nobody doesn't know him, you can. And I have noticed that
it's maybe more known.
Yeah.
People,
and there are different things there, there's worse things because everyone tells me, Celena, it's just his skin, it could have been worse. And I can attest to that because going to Holland, we go to a children's hospital where you see all kind of things. You see all kind of children with different deformities. Yeah. And you sit back and like, hey, it could have been worse for you. It's just his skin, but look, this parent have to literally carry the child because they can't walk. Or so I'm like, okay, I have to thank God for that.
I have a cousin who's the same age as us, and Celena, he has never left his bed. His name is Kanai. He's from St. Lucia. I'm from St. Lucia, so. And he has lived right, close to my grandmother for all his life. And when I went back to St. Lucia some years ago, and I saw him, it breaks my heart a little bit. And sometimes some people think that you just don't want to be around because you're scared of something. No, it genuinely breaks my heart to see him because not only do I feel that they could have done more for him, but to know that I am 35 years old and he has, and as a child, we didn't notice, we didn't understand why his name is Kanai. So I don't know. I said that before, but I feel like when I say why Kanai, some of you all might. So please listen. English is a little difficult, so work with me here. So So as a child, we didn't understand why Kanai could not go outside to play with us. It took a while to understand that he have a handicap, and it is not the prettiest handicap. He is literally twisted. His mom posts pictures of him on Facebook, so if you want to go check it out. Usually, I don't mind inserting a picture, but the podcast, respectfully, if you are speaking about ichthyosis, maybe one day I will speak about Kanai's condition. But for now, I just want you all to know that sometimes in life, when we think we're going through some things, there's a way that the world reveals to you that, hey, it's not exactly grateful for the small, uncomfortable things. Because sometimes, too, it could be, let me ask you this. What did you think that your life was teaching you in that season?
Well, because I'm still in the season, I'm learning a lot. I'm learning a lot about patience. Because especially with the treatment plans, going to the doctors, having to travel to all of the different places, you learn a lot of patience. And like you say, seeing the different things. Because for instance, Kai was born, my boyfriend would tell me, Celena, it could have been worse. It's just his skin. I didn't want to hear him. I'm like, it can't be worse than this. Of the child, he gonna have all these problems that people going through, you know. Then when I went up there, we went up there the first time, and I saw like, hey, I really feel it for the parents because like they say those in the bed, they have to be changing the diapers. They could be 10, 12, they're still changing diapers. You're still a child in hand, you know. So it really dawned on me that hey, it could be a lot worse. Kai is just his skin. So I really think that season taught me patience and understanding because I'm still learning because I still have my rough patches with it. So I'm learning patience and understanding.
That's good. Because sometimes you have to stop and ask yourself, what is God or what is life teaching me right now? You know, what am I supposed to learn from this experience? You know? And indeed, um, patience is one thing that the lesson of patience comes in different ways. You never know when the universe or God or whatever you believe in is telling you, hey, maybe you don't have to take a deep breath. Just relax, take a deep breath, and start again. So, we already spoke about, that your name is Celena. That I met you in high school when I moved to stage, right? Now, my question for you is: this is about you as a person, Celena the person, not Celena the mom, not Celena the lab tech, Celena. Okay, tell me who you are, what you like to do, and for example, when Celena decided, "Ooh, I want to work in a lab," what inspired you to that? Why that choice? And from when did you start? So you can talk about it.
That's a good question because to take myself away from I've been a mom for so long now, going on 12 years. That comes your personality, you know, and that kind of made me who I am because I got the twins relatively young, 21, 22. So I've always been a quiet person, keep to myself. But having kids kind of brings the best and the worst out of you. So that's a good question. But I'm me, like I say, quiet, humble. I like to think of myself very humble. Um, I'm I'm a very go getter. You know, I like to whatever I want. I go for. I know I wanted my children at 21, 20. Well, it should have been 21, but I had a stillbirth before the twins, so that was a setback there too. As you have to come out of that as well. So, but
And do you want to? Well, this is up to you. If you don't want to talk about it, that's fine. But just to ask if you want to speak about that experience, because me and Celena we were pregnant at the same time, and she was supposed to give birth before me. And I remember I was telling her, "Let me know how it is because listen, it's your first child and you're checking it. But if you have somebody of your age, and checking again, let me know how it is." And I will never forget. I can remember exactly where I was, but when I got the news, I was so listen. y'all, listen. I don't even have the words right now to express to you how I feel. I I felt like something inside of me had break for you. People don't understand. It's different when you're not pregnant and you have somebody who's a baby. But when you're pregnant with the person, you're going through the feels, you know the trimesters, you know that they go through that with you. And then to hear something like that, that wasn't just me alone. There was some other girls that was pregnant with us, so I said, damn, we was broken, bro. It was like, and I could only imagine for you as the mom going through it, how you had feel.
No, that took me a while to get over also because it wasn't, like a miscarriage. I'm not saying that a miscarriage is easy, but a miscarriage is 2 months, couple weeks. I went the whole 9 months. So you already have this expectation, you already have this thing you bought everything, you have everything, you're ready. And then to come, to go, to find, and then to find, find no heartbeat, you got to be sent out too. That's a whole traumatizing thing already. You have to be away from people who you're close with. But to be honest, I don't remember everything from the whole day because I know trauma does, you only try to remember the good things. But it was hard. I remember it being very hard. I don't, like when I had it, because I had to push her out. Every other child was a C-section. I had 3 C-sections since, but she was the one I had to be induced. I had to push her out, and every pregnancy since, you have a fret. You try not to get attached. So like, and then you feel bad, like, oh, you're attached to this baby, but you do it self-consciously, like, okay, you don't want to get too attached and then something happens. And then ironically, every pregnancy after is always been an emergency situation. Like with the twins that I had after, they came 3 months early. So you have to get, and my water broke with the twins, and then your mind goes like, oh God, it's happening again. I'm going to lose the babies, they're going, So
your pressure probably was high.
Every time. Girl. So then, especially when I had Kai, he was, but you get, I like to think of everything happening for a reason. So then everything that I experienced with her now and in the other pregnancy, you'd be like, hey, maybe I wasn't fit, because I noticed with all of them, none lasted the 9 months. From time I made 36 weeks, something happened. Like my body can't go any further. So with the twins, I didn't make it to 31 weeks. To 36 weeks, I made it to 31, but my water broke. With Kai, you get more in tune with the baby. You listen, you pay attention. So like, I'm feeling movements. And then you go, and then you become more aware, and you speak up more for yourself. Because even with the one I lost, Celia, I would go to the doctor, like, no, everything's fine. Being my first one, I didn't know any better. But now, like, no, I don't feel the movement. You speak up more for yourself. You demand your help. Especially with the last baby I had, she's around 36 weeks. It wasn't like, hey, listen, I ain't feeling. So they listen to you more now because you know what you're telling them. But with the one that I lost, I kind of isolated myself then too, because we had a group of people who had got children then too, and it used to hurt, like, and I used to, look, Gayle's son. So the would have been she doesn't look like that now. But what the one who used to not bother me, but I used to compare to, was not Jessica's daughter, because they were born the same day. The same time that I went up to the hospital, Najesta was there getting her things, but I had get flown out. And every time I see her, like, oh, my daughter had been around this age, should have been maybe this tall, So you try to isolate. I remember getting invited to different parties after for I'm like, I can't go.
I can imagine.
I can't go. So, but what happened, I ended up getting the twins, got pregnant really quick after the twins, so that kind of lifted my spirits, but also with the fear too. But once I had them, we went to Colombia, everything went well. I felt a lot better. I say, okay, if I had Celia, I wouldn't have had the 2 I have now. Because I was always, I'd have been like, are you stuck at one? I only wanted one. So like, okay, God had a plan, like, okay, no. He knew the child needed somebody else, so he gave me
Yeah.
And a lot of people told me like he took one, but he gave you, he gave it two to give.
Because when we heard that you were pregnant again and that you were having twins, man, I was like, look at this. Okay, universe, I see you. Yeah. And then you had a boy and a girl. I was like, okay, then universe. And
I was supposed to be finished, but God had other plans.
Yeah.
And then that too brings me a lot of emotions and a lot of things. Like I was finishing, there was 10. And then to go back and then to have a child with special needs that you have to do things with is like, like, I don't regret him, but you're like, you're more like, okay. So what? Yeah,
But motherhood in general, anybody who feels motherhood is walking the park, nonsense. Mm-hmm. Motherhood is like a roller coaster. Okay? Mm-hmm. And the same thing Jennifer Lopez said in Hustles, I think it was, when she said motherhood is a mental illness. It is. Mm-hmm. You're gonna be sick in your head, right? To say, let me be responsible for another. Mm-hmm. You want to know why? Because that is literally when it's like you're half walking outside of your body. Mm-hmm. Having a child will make you the most paranoid. You should never know what paranoid is. And I'm talking about the paranoid with the ghost and the one. No, I'm talking about just in general. Mm-hmm. Having being a mom. Exactly. You, and then at the end of the day, all of us want
good mother. Let's pick up good mother.
A good mom. Good mother. Good mom. Because she ain't like on that one. Mm-hmm. So I think that good moms for sure, especially when you really want your children to be better than you, you want your children to succeed in life, you want them to be good human beings, right? Mm-hmm. It takes gonna take a toll on you because at the end of the day, there were times when I have the one child. I do want more kids, but I don't think I could go on Amazon and order them. I need a man to have the kids, guys. But yeah, for me, I have the one, and sometimes I just be like, oh my god, how do people with the more than the one do this? But I have no regrets, and I looking forward to the day, hopefully before I'm 45, before I'm 40 in general. Mm-hmm. But then that's the person come and we could have, hopefully I could have 12 minutes and then have to wait. But you know what I mean? Yeah. Let's be optimists.
But taking myself out of the motherhood, I worked in finance. I worked at the hospital since I was 19 years old. I was first the financial administrator. And I was that for maybe 12 years before I got bored. Because finance, nothing changes. It's always numbers. It's the money, and I got bored. And I wanted to do more in the medical because I was in the hospital. I see all the action. I see all the, like, they having all the fun and stuff in the office. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And like, that is fair. So, and if I had known this when we was in high school, I would have went in health with you guys. But no, I stayed in economy. But I saw them having all the fun. So I wanted, the lab wasn't my first option. I wanted to do doctor's assistant. And because we're under the Dutch and I'm more American, I did a study online into the US for doctor's assistant. At the time when I had to graduate and do my exams, COVID hit. So I had to do my clinicals in a hospital in the US. COVID hit, we couldn't travel, we couldn't go nowhere, and I wasn't trying to go to the States where it had a pandemic. But they were literally, like, the school was literally begging us, like, hey, if you just come and work 40 hours on a COVID floor, we giving you your diploma. But I couldn't get out. Here, we couldn't leave, they weren't giving the vaccines here. They're like, get the vaccine, come, we need. So that put a dent in that study. But because I did the doctors, I practically finished. I just needed to do the clinicals and I would want my diploma. COVID lasted too long. The time frame for the school it passed. So they had said I need to start all over. So I was like, I was already doing that while working in finance, while doing, trying to do my stage, my thing, And like, no, I can't. At the time, I couldn't. So then there was this course for phlebotomy, and my cousin and I were like, yeah, girl, we need a help. It's only us. And like,
Look at yourself, Rosie, one time.
One thing. So I had did phlebotomy in the doctor's assistant. So like, okay, it shouldn't be that hard. Let me just focus on the phlebotomy. So I did the phlebotomy, I handled that, I got that, and I just needed to do 30 or 40 patients. I had to do 40 or 30 blood draws. So thankfully, I work at the hospital. I was able to be sent to St. Martin because here you don't get, back then you weren't getting that much people. And you weren't getting the cooperation from people like, you never stick needle, you know?
Yeah.
So it was very difficult to get, though, and I had to get it in a time frame. So I was sent to St. Martin's lab and I got on like 2 days. The people, you know? And I started in the lab and I love it. You know, dealing with I always thought of myself as an introvert and I keep to myself, but I noticed in the lab when you're dealing with patients, you have to deal with different personalities, and especially in the lab where people are scared to get their blood drawn, it makes you grow and it teaches you different social skills also. And I realized, hey,
but you do realize it's you can be both, but the job that you do is still a job of an introvert because it is a one-on-one. The person comes in the office. That's why for me, a lot of people think I'm extroverted. I'm extroverted around people I know, people I think, you know what, really cool with, deal with. And I feel like people who don't know me, they don't say, she's so quiet. I ain't quiet. It doesn't know you. You know what I mean? So, and then that's why I like to work by appointment too. Because I don't have to worry about seeing people outside. It's just you, your client, your vibe, you know? So I like that too. And people open up a little bit more then. And especially with you, there are people who are very scared of needles.
Yes.
So I can only imagine the miracles you have to work at there.
Yeah. It's been a learning experience. It gives you a kind of self-pride. People come like, no, I want Celena. Where's Celena? Especially now that I've been out for a while. You hear people call like, Celena, baby, I went there. And they give out, okay, you're like, okay, I can wait till you come back. Let me know when you come back. So it gives you that kind of, especially when I had got tired the first time I was out, everyone like, Celena, we went to get blood, we get stick bad, so it gives you that kind of, like, you know, that.
Exactly.
You know?
I don't know if you listen to my last podcast, I told Kimberly she's a dashing lift in the rain. I am the dashing lift in the rain. Bitch, you did that shit lift in the rain too. Hello.
So, that too, I enjoy, but I still want to do more. I want, especially now dealing with Kai and it's showing me that I really love the medical field. I have a kind of knack for it. So I'm still trying to, I would really love to finish and do the doctor's assistant. Because technically I finished the doctor's assistant, but I did it in the US. And now they're telling me they want me to do it through the Dutch system.
I could imagine.
So in the hospital, they don't want me to do it through the US. They say it has to be through the Dutch.
And are they helping you with it? With that?
We'll see.
Fingers crossed. Help Celena get her things, you know, guys. A win for one is a win for all.
So I'm hoping, but they had a little stumbling. I got pregnant a couple times. Finish now, guys. So hopefully not. I'm still kind of young, old, but I'm too old. So
you got some time still. You'll be fine.
So that's my future.
Just don't drag it for too long.
No. I'm like I said, I'm a go-getter. I like to, you know. I had a stumbling blocks. I want to call my children stumbling blocks, but
setbacks.
Yeah.
You had some setbacks.
For a major comeback.
Okay, then. Good to go.
But yeah, that's.
So tell me, what are some of the biggest differences you find from when we grew up and now? Because the childhood we have and the childhood our kids have is not the same childhood. So what do you find is the biggest differences?
Technology. Back then we didn't have all this technology that we have now. Back then we were more out. We hung out with people, we were outside, we were, all over the place. Now I have to pry my phone from my daughter. If I tell Kira, go chuck the garbage, she going like this.
I just have to tell my son, can you please put the phone down?
She eating. They eating like this. Last week she said her neck hurting. I said, duh. Your head always down like this. How else?
Exactly.
If it was in a book, okay. But no, she had literally. So technology has played, especially like AI and everything now, has played a huge role. My daughter sent me, she wants that she's graduating. You know, you're graduating. They're graduating. So she already sent me an AI picture of her in a dress with her hair and nails. I'm like, okay now. She has shown me everything she wants, done down to the T with her face, everything. Like, I had to be like, wait, okay, now when you get this dress. Then I'm like, oh no,
AI, listen, the AI thing.
It's crazy. AI.
Everything in life has a positive and a negative, and I just hope they continue to do for the positive. Because AI has a lot of positive things. I
love it helps me with my emails and all my.
That's my secretary self. You know what I mean? So I would just say keep using it for positive. Use it to
even for the medicine, so it helps me a lot.
Not for bad things, guys.
I ask AI everything. If I see a spot on my daughter, AI will, you know, it But I would say technology from back when we were to now. I wish I had AI in school when we went to school. I'd have been valedictorian. You know, I'd take it from only take it from one point. What?
Oh, so you want to be me and you?
Only take it from me by 1 point.
You guys know me and Uli. Yeah, look at life, right? And that's so odd. Uli is also in media. Look at life. We graduated. I was in Rizaki. He was in economy, and now we're doing media. Oh well, a combination of the two, I guess.
Yeah.
In some ways, it's a combination of the two. Yeah. So. Yeah, man.
That's what I would say. Technology. That's been a big difference.
And I also find
still late to
sitcoms. And like how don't listen. When I say this, the rest of the world, please don't think station is a real country. We do not have cable on the island. Okay? So we need to bring back a cable company. I'm just putting it out there. Maybe. I'm looking to it. But we don't have a cable company on the island from after Hurricane Irma. They destroyed some stuff and I don't know what happened with the company, something about bankruptcy. Anyways, whatever. I find that when we had the cable, the TV, it was way better and different. Something about those ads in between the shows, people just take it for granted. And when I listen to somebody my age talk about, oh, they don't like ads, I don't want to box them in the teeth. Because how do you don't like ads? You grew up on ads. That was the time when you could go wash the dishes quick, take the chicken out of the freezer quick, scrub the bathroom quick. You understand? You know you had 30 seconds to a minute to do whatever you had to do quick and come back and watch the show. I had like that.
I like them, especially the catchy phrases when you sing the songs.
And then it would even have things that I remember up to this day. Remember this Latino guy, something about I can't remember it, but I remember that it was 4 4 4 8, and then the girls was dancing. You know, I remember the flow, the progressive ads. Man, time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Somebody please bring back cable and station, please. Yes. Thank you. It exists. Internet TV. It's not the same. But even too, I was watching a video on Facebook with this guy who is in our age group, and he was talking about how he was cleaning out the garage, and his friend was asking like, "What is this? What's this? What's this? What?" And then I was like, "Damn." It's like we're the adults now, guys. You know what I mean? It's my auntie now. You know, that kind of way, like, because back then there was about in their time, in the 80s and the 70s, like, okay. And now the trend we're doing that's the same thing when we bring up the 90s, guys. It's not this. You know? You didn't even know what the encyclopedia, that was our Google. Me and the Lord. Pull out the Nokia, now they're going, that.
What's that?
What the fridge? But I do miss, one thing I miss about the 90s, one thing what you miss about the 90s. I miss movie nights, like despite some things that went on in my childhood, I miss Friday nights, Saturday nights, Sunday nights. Why? Because on those Friday nights, we would get KFC and a cartoon and a family movie. Saturday, we watch the action and some other thing. And then on Sunday was definitely the karate. So we watch the cartoon and then carry back all of the VHS tapes on Monday. I miss that. I miss being outside playing hopscotch and thing. I miss board games. Don't get me wrong, I got a lot of board games in the back here. But sometimes the way life is now, and that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. I want to try to do better. My son would be like, hey, we could like, and then you so caught up in what you're doing, especially when I exit videos and stuff. I don't know, one track mind. I just want to do what I'm doing, finish it, and then do anything after. But sometimes you just say, yeah, man, we get to it, and then you never get to it. And I don't like that. I need to work on that. You see, we're growing and learning, guys. I see, I'm telling you what I want to work on. What are you going to work on this week? So, tell me, what did you miss about the 90s?
I miss the closeness. Like you say, the outside. I used to do it with my cousins all the time, hanging out outside, doing whatever. We ain't doing nothing, but we doing stuff. But we outside, I like that. I always I was always like Tricia, like Pishana, or you come on. I like that. No, we don't have that. It feels so strange. Like, hey, what are you doing? Are you not strange? But we can't get up on the group chat. Like, I have a cousin's chat, and yeah, we gonna hang out. We gonna do this. But everybody everybody lifing, they got their own thing. So we never come up with a group chat. But back then, we saw each other every day. Yeah.
We had to make the group chat. It's like when you see all the bicycles, or when you see instead of show you play cricket and skipping rope and thing. So it's when you see those things on the ground, okay, that's what the shirt media upstairs. So because at a point in time the sun would be hot as hell, you had to go inside. Hello, go big, go eat your food, run back by your neighbor. Sometimes you don't see home all day. But after the chores was done, we could go wherever
we up and down.
So I miss, those
That's
things
what I miss, yeah.
Those things was nice. What do you miss about the 90s? Leave it in the comments. So Celena's, tell me, what has been your joys and challenges when it comes to being a mom?
Okay. The joys, it's self-explanatory. The joys, especially now with my children getting older, seeing my older ones play with the younger ones, it shows you, hey, I raised some decent, decent children, and especially because of Kai with his condition, seeing them how they care for him, how they, speak up for him. There was a incident, my daughter with one of her friends, one of the friends said, oh, that's why your brother look like that. And she handled the situation. It gave me pride, like, okay, I know that he has somebody. He has 2 people, 3 people, he has more. Even if the outside doesn't accept him, he has they who will, stand up and, because, as a child, 11 years old, for your friend to do that, most people like laugh it off or even, I don't even
my thing. I find people fail to acknowledge the fact that, and I'm going to say it, you can fight me if you want. Celena didn't say it, Gayle said it. Kids are mean. And most of the time, they ain't mean just certain. Something that they overheard one of y'all saying at home or whatever the case is, and then now they tripping on it. Because I remember a time this grown woman, this little girl come up to her and tell her, you so sexy, you always sexy, always, But she could have told that was something she heard and she repeated. You understand what I mean? Because children will come and tell you, you look nice. They use the word nice. But for her that age, she come and tell her, you're always sexy.
It's a learned behavior.
So I would like y'all to challenge your parents today, those of you listening and those of you who want to share. Please, let me try our best to not raise little monsters. Raise considerate children, because you never know whose turn is going to be tomorrow.
That's it.
You don't know what coming up on your step tomorrow. Because look at life, right? Kai may be born with his condition. And then maybe we probably checking like, my child born normal. One car accident away. One fire away. One hot stove away. One, oh my God, I didn't see him there away. You understand? From any crazy thing happening. So have consideration. Be kind, give people grace. You understand? And I hope that you're listening and learning about ichthyosis the same way that I am today. That y'all also give Celena's, and I'm calling her Celena's because she know why. I get caught up in the Celena's. Sorry guys. I give her some grace too, because she's a mom who is dealing with a lot. And I don't want to head on the air going and say, oh yeah, but me tell her to have the children. Hello. I was about to say something really mean and the Holy Spirit said, do not. Wow. Trust me. The Holy Spirit does talk to you. There's a difference between a thought and when the Holy Spirit talks to you. Trust me, you will learn it. As you go, you will learn it. And you just hit me a slap in my face. Yes, I'm not going to say what I wanted to say. And I'm just going to say this. Give people grace, learn to be considerate, and let us, how to say, just because you're not going through it, it doesn't mean that you shouldn't care about it or that you shouldn't feel, give some kind of, not pity. Pity is not the word we're looking for. Grace is also one of the words too, but just
Compassion.
that is the word. Extend complete compassion. You understand? Let your children know what ichthyosis is. Because at some point, we put in Kai in school. You understand? He's coming with all his energy and his funness. You understand? So,
And a little kindness will go along.
Exactamente. You understand? So, teach your kids that. Alright? As we proceed to give you what you need. So tell me, what do you do for yourself? Like, what does not mom Celena, not Tanty Celena, because I know you're Tanty too, not daughter Celena, not wife to be Celena, we're speaking into existence. What does Celena do for herself? Like, apart from being a mom, like, is there ever a time that you get for yourself and say, even if it's read a book, even if it's like, oh, I took a walk, even if it's a planted of seed, even if it's, you know what I mean? Is there something that you do for yourself?
Not as much as I should. I love to read, so I'm trying to get back into with Kai and all of his things. When I was in my little depressive state, I got up reading. So like I said, I dived into the research of everything on him. So I try to read. I try to, not as much as I should. Or now that, being a mom of four, it takes a lot out of you. And right now it's a little easier because I haven't been working, but I don't know how it's going to be once I start working and how to juggle four. Because while I was working, it was only 3. And with Kai already, kind of is like a lot. So I want to do more. I want to try to lose the baby weight. So I've been telling myself I can't read hard copy like I like to. So I'm trying to get into audiobook. So I want to start walking and starting to. I do feel like sometimes I'm claustrophobic, like it's too much. I'm overwhelmed, overstimulated also. It could be the hormones right now, a postpartum. But I've been telling myself I want to start walking, start listening to stuff, listening to music, whatever, just for me. Have a little me time because it's very draining being, like you say, a mom, a wife to be, a daughter. It pulls you in, especially when you're working too. It pulls you a lot.
And I know you say that you're very, busy with your mom responsibilities. Did you sign up for the sheets?
I did.
I really hope you get to come. And
I did, but
and I also hope that you get to come to my Grown Girls Night Out.
I plan to.
September 26th, 2026 at the Boardwalk Cafe.
Okay.
Tickets on sale soon.
Bye.
Wear shades of blue. But yes, I really think she's will be good for you. And also Grown Girls Night Out. It's called Grown Girls Night Out for a reason. So
I'm trying. I did sign up for the She's. Once the babysitter and everybody is aligned,
I really hope you get to come. And I think that every woman that can come should come. Mom, daughter, sister.
I followed it with whatever you post from Paris. So I looked interesting.
Very good. It was very good. I laughed, I cried. Listen, guys, from the moment I walked in, right? And then Sylvie started speaking, you would think, look at the big lady over there. I literally felt like Sylvie was speaking to me. Like, I believe, again, I don't believe coincidences. I believe everything that's for us will be for us. And whenever I'll say, God say, hey, just inside, ain't gonna nothing you could do about it because this is the time. So, yeah, that conference was everything. And it was also one of the things that kind of realigned my purpose. It showed me that, because I used to like to pray about those things, purpose and guidance and what should I be doing. And I always knew that my story is supposed to help other people. And at that conference, I remember God saying to me, you're asking me about cripples all the time. I give you the shot. You choose It's in my face. You understand? Me and God have a conversation like this in our conversation. Okay? And he said, this is it. This is it. I'm showing you again what you should be doing. And you're either going to take the opportunity or he's going to show you somebody else. I like to be God's favorite. I don't know about you, but I like being favorite. So I did what I had to do, and right there in Curacao, I sat down, I wrote my speech, all ready for Grown Girls Night Out, and I decided, okay, fine, because a lot of the times, one of the things that discourage us is when we try to work with other females and they disappoint us. I'm not so good with disappointment, and I'm learning to work through that. I'm somebody is you disappoint me, piss me off, I'm done with you. Cut you off when I
I know.
explaining thing, big back up and thing for you know what you do. So I'm working on that. I'm working on myself, and I like to help you say I enjoy hearing you say I'm working on myself. I hope you guys are working on yourselves too. So for me, I really hope we get to the conference and get a little time off from just being Mom Celena and the Celenas, coming in enjoy something different. So let's see there. I feel I was doing something I was about to say, but that's okay. And the reason why I asked Celena what she does for herself is because y'all know I'm at the point of the podcast where I'm gonna say it. I'm gonna say it, guys. If the roots of the tree are not good, the tree is not going to bloom, flourish, and look as good as it needs to be. It's not going to be able to feed the people around it. And as a mom, as a dad, as whatever your position is in life, you are first yourself. You are you first, and then the rules come after. So you have to do, even if it's you go do your nails, you go do your feet, you do your hair, you do the eyebrow, And I just want you guys to know, I don't know if you guys noticed, I did not put on any makeup today. I felt like if we're going to be talking about Kai, we're going to talk about Ichthyosis, we can come in basic. You understand? Because I feel like it's the small things, the little details that matter. And for me, just this as a sign of respect for the diagnosis in general, that's my way of showing respect by coming on here, bare-faced and bushy-tailed, for this one. So, I do hope that maybe one of these days we can go for a walk together or a hike or for dinner, hang out with nothing crazy, so that we could just, because I always believe too, as a mom, you just need, even if there's somebody who just bounce ideas off or somebody you just listen to you vent, everybody do it. And I don't need to be, I was say everyone with Celena like this, hands in hand, skipping through daisies. No. As long as you just find somebody, hey Gayle, we could meet this week. I have that with another friend of mine, Belushi. Hello, we could meet too. We go in. And it doesn't have to be some big elaborate dinner. I like Nicola and I like scallop potato because one time Natalie bought a cafe, you don't know. I love it. So that's $10. I'm there. So you if you need some girlfriend time, how about it, girl? We'll make it happen. So I have a on this part of the podcast is going to talk about your inner child, right? Because I am a firm believer in that. I spoke about this week again with somebody. I've always been speaking about it. They make us murder our inner child when we're growing up. But that's childish, and then you're going to be an adult and you hand and you close up. Why? Because you're murdering your inner child. You need your inner child to thrive, to grow. If that little person in there is not happy, that's sorry for you. And a lot of us don't realize that we have to go back to fix that person in order for big Gayle, big Celena, big wherever you are to be who you need to be. So it will be this. What would you tell your 16-year-old self, right? If you were to write a letter to 16-year-old Celena right now to tell, not it doesn't have to be, you're not giving out, oh my God, this is going to happen, play these numbers, bet on this game. No, I mean, Celena now, right? If you were to look back at 16-year-old Celena, what would you tell her?
Take your time. You don't have to. I feel like I rush through. Like I said goals I wanted. I wanted children at this. I wanted. Take your time, enjoy life, do more, find your purpose. But like just 16, I could have still went to do resulting. I could have still, I could have fell in love with healthcare then instead of just, I want to be,
But I'll tell you this, not to cut you off. Never feel like you didn't do it
Right
at the time. Why I say that is because, and I always bring it up, and I have an inspirational story, guys. Went to Curacao, and for a long time, I have always been seeing the name everywhere, Bagaria, Bagaria. I could pronounce it now, I couldn't pronounce it then, right? And I finally got a chance to meet her in Curacao. I did an interview with her. You can check her out on Stella Rose Media. Go check out that. I'll put the insert of where you can click the video, of hair. So, Bagaria started painting at 21 years old. She's 30. So you give yourself some praise, okay?
Yeah, that's true.
Give yourself some praise.
That's true. You don't find your purpose later. Most of the time it's later, people. And like I said, but I would like to slow down. I felt like from 16 after we graduated, it felt like, everything happened so fast. It was like a roller coaster.
Yeah,
So I would want to slow down, enjoy do different things, before maybe you are waiting to be a mother, build certain things, get things in order before. That's more or less what I don't regret nothing I did, but if I have to do it again, I'll just wait a little longer. Just drag it out a little longer. And like you said, give myself grace. Cause back then I felt, you had to peer pressure when you were a little chubbier, just give yourself grace.
And that's one of the things that me and Kimberly spoke about with the last episode. A lot of people didn't know, even at the time when we were friends, because I think we were friends when this was happening. A lot of us had our own private battles. I used to eat. I wasn't as bad as another friend that I know. It's not my story to tell, that I'm not going to call her name here. But she had, I don't know if you want to class her as, I'm going to call her class as anorexia because she had never get that skinny. But she wasn't a limit too. I would eat and then look all, and then you go secretly somewhere and vomit. That didn't last so long. I told you guys the last time. I don't like vomit, But you was trying to find all these unorthodox ways to fit it to the 90s. Type of stick.
Yeah.
Corn stick. Sheet of paper. Ridiculosity. Weight standard, beauty standard. And realizing that this is the thing. If we had realized then that wasn't shit, they would not be able to hold us. But God.
I wish I was as size I was then when I thought I was big.
God knows what you were doing. You understand? Because looking back, you look back at those pictures and be like, what's wrong with people? Because where? You see human beings? I wish we would just live for yourself, guys. Live for yourself. Do things that make you happy. You understand? As long as you're not hurting nobody, managing up somebody, do you.
I happy for everybody. If you happy, I happy.
Exactly.
I don't understand.
People don't know. Why tell people listen? A lot of them, most of you just watch me sideways. But you know what I tell you? It ain't my fault you don't got to hobby. I just collect Barbies. I love Barbies. I'll never be a Barbie. Haha. I should in the skinny little thing. I'll never be that. But I love a Barbie. And a collectible, hello, good morning, you bring it. You want to bring extra clothes too? You bring it. I used to build little rooms and think, listen, my Barbie's got a whole series on YouTube. The YouTube you watching this podcast on right now was a Barbie channel. It was called Stella and the Dolls or Stella and the Girls, something like that. Hello, I did Barbie photography. I used to travel with Barbie. The one that I used to see myself as a really dark. For some reason, I used to see myself like a really dark skinned person. It's only when I come here, I think I said that. I can't remember if it was on the first podcast or the second one. But when I came here and I took a picture next to Anais, I realized that I'm not as dark as I thought I was. And my Barbie is still a representation of that. Hello? I used to go places with her and I would take, like for example, I've never been to Paris, but hypothetically speaking, they have, I don't know if it was a gnome, the traveling gnome. She was my traveling Barbie. Everywhere, people I would be in hotels and grown ass people would be like, damn, that is so awesome. I said, I know, right? And this I have a hobby. What are you doing? You have something to make you happy? So stop looking at, I don't start getting into painting. So, my inspiration, definitely because I always wanted to paint. But I always used to feel like we didn't have a proper class or, to teach you the strokes and the whatnot. But when I spoke to my guy, I thought I don't believe in beating nobody by chance. Coincidence is a joke. God does put you where you need to be when you need to be there because the one is supposed to be at our gallery that day. Okay, good. Show you. It's like thinking at 21. The pan, how old were you KFC? You were how old? You were like 60 something, right? When you started. So, we'll be outside finding me things. I hope you'll be finding your things too. You understand? So, because I want to be, I want to, yeah, I want to get into it. Put the people there. So, yes. So tell me, we're going to speak about current events in the world. What do you think about current events? The current event we're going to talk about is the World Cup. Curacao being part of the World Cup. Yeah, I ain't telling you that you have to be watching football, and yes, I know you're a little American, so for you, football is soccer. But what do you think about that?
I don't know much about football or soccer, but every time I'm on Facebook, TikTok, I love how Curacao is. I don't know who else is playing in the World Cup because all I see is
sure.
I know Curacao there for sure because I love how they
well represented.
The people they are already a show off kind of a community, and now that they're there, I love to see the support. And even if they don't win, they should feel like winners already because the whole just pictures and everything I see of Curacao, the face on roundabout.
I'm vexing with my fan today to pull it out. I have a mama fan from Makiba. And I got from Makiba. The next episode I'll show you about flat. You understand? So I bought Curacao flag and I bought my son a jersey. So for you, that's the opinion. Let me tell you what I think not great. As somebody who lives in Curacao, and I don't know, I love culture, I love heritage, I love those things. I will tell you this. What we need as a Caribbean, you need to realize is this. A win for Curacao is a win for all of us. What it does need to realize, a win for Curacao is a win for them too. You understand? Because I heard that the orange team had some things to say that were not nice. But at the end of the day, people need to realize a win for them is a win for all of us. Yeah. It is not only history. Curacao is one of the smallest nations ever for the World Cup. Hello! I mean, I was in Curacao this morning, tell you, right? Patriotism at its finest. At its finest. I will insert a little clip somewhere so that you can see some of the stuff that was going on in Curacao, you know, right here somewhere. So you can see some of the stuff that happened in Curacao, but let me tell you, patriotism at its finest. I love it. And I really hope when I was down there, it was speaking it into existence. So one thing about making sure into existence, I said when they win the World Cup, not if, when. So fingers crossed, and when they win the World Cup, you'll be able to see Curacao from space. It will be all blue. Let me tell you, the blue way more drown oil. Don't say that, tell you.
Listen, you can't hold him.
You don't can't hold it already. So tell me, what do you think we could do to make a better station? Apart from being more considerate, giving each other more grace. Because we already spoke about that.
Just be more open-minded. Be more supportive. You know, because like you say, everybody have his struggles. There's no one person in the station can say they have something. It could be anything. It could be little to me, but it could be big to them, you know? So, be more supportive, be more friendly. They like to say, you know, if he's friendly, these kind of people, but we don't feel it. That was back in the day. We don't feel that today. So I will just be, you know, be more friendly, be more open-minded, be more supportive, be more, you know, those kind of things. And like we say,
you have more consideration.
What makes you happy, keep, you know, don't worry about. You know, I don't know what, but once everybody is good with themselves,
it's gonna go away. Yeah. I believe that too. And for you, what's next for you? Again, not as mom Celena, but what's next for you as Celena? What do you see? It could be 10 years from now. It could be 5 years from now. It could be the next month from now. What do you see? Like what goals maybe you have here? So it could be I want to start a garden. It could be I want to learn more about Ichthyosis. It could be, you know, what do you see?
Well, we touched on it a little bit. I want to do the doctor's assistant. If it's not doctors, anything in the medical field, I might have to, you know, because I have to start in nursing and go. But I want to have that knowledge and that experience to deal with Kai also. So I'm really strongly hoping that I can do something in the medical field. I finish in the medical field. And yeah, I want to grow more as my, do more for myself, do things that make me a better person.
And then one thing I'll tell you, because this is my thing since I went to the conference, I have been challenging women to do one thing that makes you uncomfortable. Do one thing that makes you a little scared. It doesn't have to be every day, but at least one time a week. It could be wear that short pants, wear that crop top, wear that hairstyle, change your nail color. Um, Take that hike to the quill. I know a lot of people have not hiked the quill. Hike, go to Gilboa. You know what I mean? Taste something you never tasted before. How to say? Eat a food that something you never tried. Something that probably make you try it. You know what I mean? Don't just say, "Oh, I don't like that," and leave it at there. Because one of the things I noticed too that children do that adults do too is they look at it, and then they'll do. I don't like that. How you know you don't like it? You try it. Do something that makes you a little scared and a little uncomfortable. Yeah. And then send me a DM and tell me what you did. Or leave it in the comments. Tell me what you did. You know what I mean? Hit me up. Let me know what you did. Also, what are your thoughts on mental health? What do you think is it's important and what advice, especially, you see how it come around full circle? Especially as a busy mom with Kai, with a baby, you just had a baby, the oldest children. Why do you think mental health is important? What advice do you give somebody who's in a similar situation? Like,
I believe mental health is very important, especially being in the past where I had postpartum depression and had all those and dealing with Kai and the stigmatism around it. You need a mental break. Most of you need. It's very important to reflect and to try. You need if you can't, you need to talk about it. I strongly believe if you keep it in, you're gonna kill yourself. You're doing more bad than good. Speak about it. That helped me a lot with Kai. I had to go to professionals to because I was keeping a lot of it in. I would speak me only if you speak to like my boyfriend, have those yeah. I always feel like they're gonna tell me what's best for me, gonna tell me, So I wasn't really getting it. But when you go to a professional, or you go to somebody who's not as close to you, who will tell you the raw truth, like, no, you're going through something, because that's what they tell me, you're going through something, so you have the right to feel it. So don't try to hide it. I was trying to, somebody come, how everything, I gone. But you don't have to be like in rough and like, So I've learned to like, I'm okay. I ain't going. Kai has this. Before, so I've learned to, I was doing it a little too much. People who are my boyfriend will tell like, just tell people you're okay. You don't have not because you don't good me, you don't have to say you would. Because anybody I mean, they like, I'm like, oh yeah, Kai have this. He like, everybody won't need to know. But in my mind, if I put it out there, people will know about it. So it's going to ease whenever it needs to be eased. So I feel like mental health is really strong because if you keep it in, you won't go crazy. I was literally going crazy. So when I finally see somebody ask me, I like a blur it out, like oh you go, you talk it about it, you put it out there, you make like this and all scared me. It feels like, oh my God, oh God, you get me to do this. But I sat down and like no. And that's why I started the awareness stuff, putting a little thing like if I put it on Facebook, I could see people's reaction, I could gauge people's reaction, and I got a lot of lovely feedback. I got a lot of support. So I said, okay, Gayle, I'm okay. This is something I should do. So I believe it's helped me a lot to just speaking about it. So I really strongly believe mental health is you need to find a way out.
Outlet. Something that helps you vent. Something that helps you release. Something that helps you breathe.
Yes.
For Petals and Play, we're going to do, since Celena likes to laugh, we're going to do movies of the early 2000s, this or that. So it's basically you tell me which one you like more. Okay. And then we see which one ended up better than that. So we start with Disney and family movies. Princess Diaries or Freaky Friday?
I like Princess Diaries, if I'm being honest. I like Freaky Friday too, but as
Princess Diaries. Princess Diaries or Lilo and Stitch, the movie, obviously.
I like Lilo Fish. But I think I'll stay with Princess Diaries.
Princess Diaries or Finding Nemo.
I like Finding Nemo.
Swim.
I still like Finding Nemo. If they come up with more things, I still would.
Okay, so it's Finding Nemo. Finding Nemo or Cheaper by the Dozen.
I think I'll stay with Finding Nemo.
Cheaper by the Dozen was good too.
It was good, but I like Finding. I love Dory.
Yeah. Finding Nemo or The Parent Trap. I didn't like The Parent Trap. It wasn't my thing.
I like the animation things more, to be honest. So like I like Finding Nemo.
But I have a little for you now. Finding Nemo or Holes. I
like Holes too, you know. But I like Finding Nemo because they have more episodes. Holes, you just give me that and it was done. But they still coming up with Finding Nemo things that I could watch with my children.
Yeah. Finding Nemo or Camp Rock. So I guess the winner of this part is Finding Nemo. Alright, teen movies. Mean Girls or Bring It On?
I like Bring It On. Mean Girls were good too, but I like Bring It On.
I like Bring It On more because also Bring It On had way more
more things with
more movies, more fast. Okay, Bring It On or A Cinderella Story?
I think I like Bring It On.
Bring It On or Lizzie McGuire movie?
I didn't like Lizzie McGuire too.
No, don't take that one tough.
Lizzie
McGuire was it.
I think I'm going with Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire or 13 going on 30?
I really get it. I don't really remember how much of 13 going on 30.
I had like Lizzie McGuire more. I think not going on 30 was more about comedy and everything, but I had like Lizzie McGuire.
I think Lizzie McGuire movie.
Okay, so Lizzie McGuire or we back with The Princess Diaries?
Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire or She's the Man?
Oh no, she's the...
That's when the girl wanted to play football and
oh yeah, I like that one too. She was as a she played as a brother. Let me say Lizzie McGuire.
Lizzie McGuire or John Tucker Must Die?
I didn't like no. I think John Tucker Must Die.
I watched that movie over 100 times already. And the thing is, even what was it there?
I think I'm going with that one.
John Tucker Must Die or Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen?
Oh gosh. I think I like John Tucker Must Die more.
John Tucker Must Die or What a Girl Wants? I don't remember
that one.
I remember the song though. What a Girl Wants.
I don't remember that one.
Well, I guess it's John Tucker Must Die.
Yeah.
Comedy movies. White Chicks or Mean Girls?
White Chicks.
White Chicks or Legally Blonde?
I didn't like Legally Blonde. But back then I had always thought I'd have been a lawyer.
Yeah, she did. The movies just ain't hitting the same one boy. I ain't complaining because I think of horror. Y'all have to do. Horror genre has been good to me. Yeah. We was on Legally Blonde, right? Legally Blonde or Miss Congeniality? That when Sandra Bullock first came out.
I think I'll stay with Legally Blonde.
Legally Blonde or School of Rock?
I really like School of Rock.
Yeah, I don't know that guy, Jack Black or whatever his name is. I have a strange relationship. I don't know if I like him, I don't know if I don't. Legally Blonde or Napoleon Dynamite? I don't remember that one.
I don't know what that is.
Like I remember the thing, but it's not something that we watched. So, Legally Blonde or The Grinch?
I like The Grinch. I think I'll go to The Grinch.
The Grinch wins. Dun dun dun. Nobody like the elf. I don't. You like elf?
No.
I don't like it, so I didn't even bring it up. So, there's a new section now. DVDs or VHSs?
Well, I had a whole bunch of VHSs. I don't remember having that much DVDs.
VHSs
and the DVDs back to me when we had DVDs, those are the
bootleg. Yeah, bootleg. The VHS was passing. It's the original. Oh, boom, boom.
The DVDs was you see someone passing.
Yes. Blockbuster or movie gallery?
Blockbuster. I don't
know what Bulgar's doing in here. The movie theater or sleepover movie night?
I went more to the movie theater because I grew up in the States also, so I think I'll go in movie. I didn't have much movie nights, sleepovers. Unless it was with my sister then.
For me, because we have a lot of cousins, well, not that much, but we enough that could have been with my grandma. I love the scene with it, but as an adult, I love with the movie.
I like me
Lions! Hilary Duff movie or Lindsay Lohan movie?
I think Hilary Duff.
Yeah. Lindsay Lohan, no disrespect, but you don't hit like Hillary.
No.
You can do your thing, you do your thing.
But I even watched one yesterday. I'm watching a series now.
Nashville?
I think it's younger.
Oh.
It's called Younger, and I think Hilary Duff is in it.
Oh, I'll have to check it out. Oh, I know your answer for this one. Animated movie or live action movie?
Animated.
I know she literally just said. So a Disney Channel original movie or the plays?
A Disney original.
I think I like drama, I like the theater, so I'll probably choose the theater. Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow or Daniel Radcliffe as Harry Potter?
I didn't like Harry Potter. I liked Pirates of the Caribbean and those things too. But I watched all of the Harry Potters.
Yes. I haven't really watched any. Yeah.
So it's gonna be Harry Potter.
And then, who do you want? Raven Simone or Hilary Duff?
I love reading.
And I think that's it. That was the 4 petals and play, guys. I hope you enjoyed the round. Let me know what you would have chose in the comments.
Yes.
And there is this thing that I love to see, right? And I say I love it. I love to see it because I feel like it stays with people. It will stay with my guests. Mm-hmm. So, just to go back over the podcast episode, I want you guys to remember to give yourself grace, give each other grace. Mm-hmm. Have compassion for each other. You understand? Mm-hmm. And if you would like to learn more about ichthyosis awareness, you can use the internet.
They could ask me.
I would have come to that. Or if you're comfortable speaking to Celena, you have a nice conversation with Celena. You can find out about what ichthyosis is and about her son, and maybe what you can do to help. You know what I mean? But one of the things I do believe as a community, when we first start, is with compassion and consideration and grace. All right? Yeah. Lovely. So, Celena, as you leave this podcast, may you bloom with grace. That's my. So we get a hug. Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me. Yes. I appreciate it. And Kai, I wish Kai would be here, but we're going to put a little pictures.
So you could see Kai in action?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. She wanted us to do because you stand back and now. Hello.
She was tired.